We are all in pursuit of happiness. But what is it? Do we know what true happiness is? Each person will respond with something unique, like, it's this and that. It's when this happens and that happens. Getting settled, achieving something, possessing something, or simply when everything is fine. And often, happiness is over there, around the corner, coming soon. You just have to be patient, wait a little bit more. But after one turn is passed, there's another and another, and true happiness seems to last as long as a fleeting moment. Agree that, most of the time we are often content with certain ideas about happiness, short-term expectations, glimpses of it, or substitutes. I'm speaking now about simple things, purely earthly categories, without touching on the spiritual aspect. Today, everyone has their own barge that they drag through life in a consumer society. That's how everything is structured, a barge burdened with worries, responsibilities, risks, shortages, regrets about the past, and anxieties about today and tomorrow. Do you remember childhood, that radiant country from which we all emerged? It was undivided, all-encompassing, permeated with genuine happiness. Wouldn't it be nice to return? But no. The older we get, the closer to old age, the more deeply human happiness becomes buried under layers of snow, and the weaker the memory of it becomes. Someone might argue, what are you talking about? I'm happy. I am. And I'll tell you this, my friend, you most likely think you're happy because, in this utopian consumer world, it's nearly impossible to be genuinely happy. Why? Well, let's measure happiness. You share yours, and I'll share my happiness in the creative society that we can build. It's understandable that many would say, buddy, stop daydreaming, come back to earth, to reality. But which reality? Each person has their own on their television screen, through which they navigate in 3 dimensions. Personally, I've seen quite a bit, and I'm not easily surprised. I've seen a lot of crap too, and I've understood one simple truth. The more you get into it, the harder it is to get out. One might ask, why bother? Your trash in your head is cinema, that my happiness is cinema. Each has made their choice. It's just that in the end, some end up with trash in their lives, while others find happiness in theirs. So, what is happiness like? You take out $20,000, put it on the table, and realize that you haven't needed anything for a long time because you have everything you need. For the past few years, you've been receiving a tenner every month, and with your spouse, together, the unconditional basic income in the creative society. You've bought everything, tried everything, traveled half the world, and satisfied all your desires. You put that 20 in a drawer, alongside 3 more bundles, and you simply can't figure out where to spend them. Personally, I have nowhere to spend them. We have nowhere to spend them. Meanwhile, society is approaching a stage where money will soon become unnecessary altogether. Tests of replicator models have been underway for some time now. These are cabinets where, by manipulating microparticles, you can easily create any high-quality food product, any clothing, any basic goods a person might need. They say, initially there will be a limited set of programs, but as development progresses, it will expand over time. Next, you have a typical 3-story house on a rocky shore on the coast of a warm, gentle sea, a veranda overlooking the sunset, windows from ceiling to floor. It is fully equipped with the latest technology. Upstairs, there's a lounge area, a conservatory, and a library of old books. Downstairs, there is a swimming pool, a gym, and a virtual relaxation room. If you wish, you can be on Easter Island, the Caribbean, the Seychelles, or Thailand. Just press a button. In the garage, you have the latest model G-Wagon. Note from me is a colloquial term for, which is the Russian name for the Mercedes-Benz G-Class. You've driven this, the second, the third, the 10th, left the G-Wagon. It's essentially a decent, safe ride. What else do you need? A big house, sure, but it doesn't bother you. You don't pay for electricity or heating in the winter, because in every house, there's a BFG fuel-less generator. You hardly pay taxes because everything has changed in the world. The system has become transparent. There's no one left to fleece you. And in general, you don't owe anything to anyone, just as they don't owe anything to you. Your neighbors are Pakistanis, Chinese, Slavs on one side, Mexicans, and Europeans on the other. You visit anyone as if you're visiting your own home. You look around, and it's all like a botanical garden, blooming, fragrant, filled with singing birds, beautifully illuminated in the dark. As everyone transitioned to building the creative society, people, well, they acted foolishly for a while, and then they began to beautify the space around them. It's natural. And here is this breathtaking botanical garden, like paradise. And it's everywhere. We have lots of coniferous trees here, spruces, pines, cypresses, junipers. The aroma, we planted them, we like them, and in general, no matter where you go, the planet is being tidied up everywhere. And you can go wherever you wish. There are no borders. Borders have disappeared. There's a yacht in the harbor. You toss your bag and can set off to the ends of the earth at any moment. Visas? Who needs them? But more often than not, you just go out to the sea for a little while, for an evening fishing just to cast, have some fun, enjoy the beautiful views, and gaze at the stars. And that inner feeling, do you feel it? Lightness. No more dragging anchors, but wings instead. If the consumer format is an anchor that drags you down, then the creative format is wings that lift you to the sky. If you want to, work. If you don't want to, engage in your favorite activities, fixing a '67 Ford Mustang in the garage, just like my kind neighbor Juan. And who's against it? Fix it at your own leisure. There's no need to rush anywhere. A complete confidence that tomorrow will be better than today. In the world, there are no wars, crises, or inflations. There are some climate issues, true, but they promise that it will improve very soon. And so, every month, you receive these 20 greenbacks, although the currency is called differently, and you have nowhere to spend it. Medicine is at such a level that we're not really bothered by any illnesses. Of course, you can still jump off a cliff if you want, but there are no more daredevils like that. What's the point? Oh, right next to you is a wonderful, beloved woman who loves you in return. Beautiful. There's a technology that helps maintain this feminine beauty. She's out and about all day, in salons, clubs, at fitness with friends, with kids. Everything is naturally amazing for them. You see, no one is nagging you. You are never the one to blame. What do you do in life? Just like that, you won't believe it. I'm growing roses, new varieties. And I enjoy it. I keep in shape, engage in martial arts. There's a former world boxing champion living nearby. We spar occasionally, gently, of course. Fishing. Sometimes I indulge in literature. Sometimes I work as a janitor, helping clean up, taking care of our little paradise. I also mow the grass from time to time. And sometimes I play chess with the guys on the boulevard. I used to be involved in landscape design for a long time. Just for everyone's sake, I participated with friends, beautifying the area. You know what the fun part is? The most exciting thing is that there are not just a lot of friends here, everyone here is a friend. Everyone who lives here is like brothers to each other. No matter who you meet, everyone is happy to see you and wants to share something. Good vibes, news, jokes. It's abundant. The world is as we wanted and built it to be. And this amazing state inside, it's even more because everyone's doing well around you. They're all happy to see you, and you're happy to see them. It's one big family. Just 5 kilometers away in the sea, there's a little island. The Japanese live there. They regularly experiment with fireworks, launch. Oh my goodness, it's stunning. You should see it. That's it. This is how simple consumer happiness can look in the creative society. You have everything, nothing is needed, and you enjoy each day. But even that is not enough for you. You seek a deeper thrill and find the ultimate satisfaction within yourself. Because you have everything, you're surrounded by beauty, a wonderful atmosphere, and harmony. Now is the time to focus on finding the answer to the question, who are you and why do you exist in the world? And you find it, because almost everyone knows it. This answer is everywhere. The majority is occupied with it. With what? They seek God, Allah within themselves. And they find Him. Everyone knows that Allah is love, and its source is within a human being, in the soul. Love manifests through people in this world. And this isn't a trend, a fashion, or a religion. It's becoming the purpose of life for an increasing number of people on the planet. Love begins to govern this world. And everyone is delighted about it because deep down, every person is truly seeking love in this world. Perhaps they're afraid to admit it to themselves. Everything is fleeting or elusive. Money, villas, yachts, cars. It's all there. And then what? Without love, everything is hollow. But with love, well, it becomes a pleasant addition. Over there, on the rocky shore, there is a beautiful house which is open to all comers around the clock. There's a very beautiful view there, a lovely garden, spacious rooms, carpets, a simple and very cozy, with no images on the walls. This house is for each of us, where you can come anytime and engage with like-minded people. You can come there and share your love with those present, and they'll share their love with you. That's the essence of life. When we all share, resonate, this love amplifies and grows. True happiness is when you dwell in this love, in this delight, 24 hours a day, even in your dreams. That happiness is not what your imagination draws for you today, making money, buying a car, sleeping with someone. And here's the absurdity. The absurdity is that when you tell people about it, about true happiness, people flat out refuse it. They can't and don't want to believe in it. Show this video on the news, and the cunning realists would send me, the storyteller, to the farthest corners. What fairy tales got to do with it? Watch the second half of the forum. Our salvation is in unity. It's detailed and clearly described there what needs to be done for us to live like that. But will we choose it or not? You know, even 2,000 years ago, Jesus himself told us, according to your faith,